God needs me to be clean. So you got to make sure you get sin out your life. No, God needs you to be clean. He'll use a dirty vessel, but that's not his preference. Oh no, he'll use a dirty vessel, but that's not his preference. If he'll use the animal kingdom, surely he'll use a knucklehead, but that's not his preference. He needs you to be consecrated. No, you got to have some word that he can draw from. No, you got to have some word. You ever been in a conversation with a friend of yours and you were able to throw back stuff that they said? That's because you were in the conversation. You're in the relationship. So we in it with God. Can we throw what God said and get results? Can we throw what God said and back the devil down? Can we throw what God said and call power? Am I making sense to you? So we gotta look at this. So we gotta be clean. We got to be consecrated. We got to be committed. Got to be committed to the things of God. Now we're working on instrumental. So I trust that you have that. You got that? Amen. All right, so let's look briefly at Matthew 17. I just want to extract something from it real quick. Verse 27. Now, as being instrumental, we got to commit not to miss the moment. We got to commit not to miss the moment. God doesn't have to use anybody else for what he's worked hard to position you for. Now, for some of us, we've been around the things of God, been exposed to the things of God for some time. We got some Bible experience. Am I making sense to you? Amen. And for some of us, we have some people experience, some real bad people experience. We done been exposed to some things that have really, proven to be pretty disheartening. And we've seen people use their relationship with God the wrong way. And we were on the other side of that. So now what you gonna do? No, what you gonna do now? Are you gonna follow in the same footsteps, use your relationship with God the wrong way? Or will you allow, will you allow for God to use you in such a capacity that there'll be no doubt that his hand is on your life, that there'll be no doubt that this is the right way, that there'll be no doubt that you are anointed for that situation. Yeah, see, now we got to work to be instrumental. So verse 27, notwithstanding, I'm jumping into a midst of a discussion here. So Peter and Jesus talking about taxes. So of course they catch Peter in the temple, talk to him about Jesus' tax. Peter busts and run away because Peter got a tax problem too, and he don't want them to start checking the ledger and get down to P-E-T-E-R and say, hey, Doc, you owe us too. So he runs back. Jesus is talking to him, and of course they get to the point where Jesus is saying, hey, really, no big deal. So we don't offend them. This is how we're going to handle it. Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go down to the sea, cast up the hook. The whole tax portion is not important. I'm extracting something from here that's going to be able to stand on its own. Go down to the sea and cast a hook and take up the fish that first cometh up. And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money. That take and give unto them for who? Do you see the order? Do you see the order? Okay, so now Peter had a problem too, but Peter never voiced his problem. Jesus knew his problem. But who's doing all the work here? Look at it. You go, cast a hook. You grab the first fish. You take the money. You go and walk down and pay it. Who's doing all that? But who does Peter have to take care of first? So now are you that instrumental? Come on, now the forest for the trees. Come on, saints, stay with it. So see what happens to many of us, you go down there and you're going to pay for you and me. No, pay my taxes, Peter, then yours. But Peter, you're going to do all the work. You will be instrumental in wiping out my tax debt. No, and I need you to understand, Peter still had a tax debt. Jesus expected Peter to exhaust his skill to take the resources and take care of his debt first.
That's good.
Am I making sense? See, we got, okay, if we gonna surge, we gotta keep the kingdom first. Yeah, you got some stuff you want to work on. No, I believe you. There's a bunch of stuff you could be doing instead of praying. There's a bunch of stuff you could be doing instead of fasting. A bunch of stuff you could be doing instead of coming to church. I mean, seriously, all you're going to do is teach the Bible. That's all you're going to do. No, that's it. I got a Bible too. Okay, it's not like you're going to pop some magic tricks. All right, what an elephant. Pull an elephant. Forget the rabbit out the hat. Pull an elephant out the hat today, Doc. It's 2016. Let me see some new stuff. No, it's not. It's going to be the Bible. You're going to talk about God. You're going to tell me that I can do more. You're going to encourage me to tap into the power of God, overcome my flesh, overcome the devil. And then what's next? I got other stuff I could be doing. Come on, am I making sense to you? Okay. So God is expecting you and I to be instrumental. He's expecting us to go out of the way to solve whatever problem he has. Then there'll be enough for us. Woo-hoo, my God, today. I hope you can get it. Because if you take care of your stuff first, there won't even be enough for your stuff. But when you put his stuff first, my God, help me teach this thing, Lord. When you put his stuff first, there'll be more than enough for him and you. Glory to God. Can you imagine if Peter did that thing half-hearted? He go down and he go to try to pay his. Now he on the run because his tax debt half paid. And he done brought the attention to him. They like, oh! And they chasing Peter down and they catch him one day with Jesus. And Jesus said, Doc, I gave you the answer for mine and yours. Now you got us both looking bad. See, that's the same way it'll be with us and God. I gave you enough power for you and them. But you took all my power for you. If you were to use my power to help somebody else, it would shock you the power that will rebound in your life. Glory be to God. Then we got to be more involved. Got to be more involved with the vision. If you don't know the vision of this church, it's impossible for you to be effectively fulfilling it. No, I'm just saying. You know, if you work at a daycare and you don't know the vision of the daycare, it's a high probability you're not a good daycare teacher, facilitator, instructor, cook, janitation person. It doesn't matter what it is. If you don't really know what that daycare is about, there's a high probability you're not a good employee. You probably want to take that handbook home and spend more time in that thing.